removing valves from propane tanks. Already got one done. It looks like we got a tank sitting upside down. There's always a little residue or whatever in them. Tank's over there sitting upside down. To completely empty a tank, they require you to either stand them upside down for 24 hours or just fill them with water. If there's anything in there, they'll force it out. And for my scrapyard to accept those, I just need to drill a hole in the bottom of them. He says that way water can't get trapped in them. Now, for those who don't know, this is my own contraption that I made. Piece of Schedule 80 gas pipe, nice and heavy. I made the cuts myself for where the barbecue tank attaches and in the back part of the valve. As you can see, the valve has two fat spots. So when I place it, let's say my hand is the tank, I place it on, it sits like that, so it completely engulfs that. I've looked for, there is a tool out there, but I think you have to be in the propane business to own that tool to take these off. Like, I'm not trying to certify these tanks, I'm just trying to clean them. Now I got this. It's a pry bar with a, as you can see, somehow I bent it, but I don't know how, because where it's bent is not in there. This is the part that pries the most. So. But anyways, just using this little bar is not enough for me to pry with. So I have one of these, a little piece of pipe, and well, we'll see if I have it on the right angle to get this loose. We got to give it a little jab. I don't have my work boots on either. I wasn't planning on doing this. It doesn't want to bust loose. Okay, I have it standing up too high. And spin it a little more. There. And the object is to have it tight on the frame. Okay, this should work better. There we go. Those two. Not at the right angle. Come on. Just to bust it loose. Now you don't take it off real fast. There shouldn't be any pressure. There's a little relief screw on the side that's wide open, so if there is any pressure, and there isn't, so then you pull this thing out. That's your shut off valve. Let you know what's in there. The tank is done. Now if the tank has a little bit of propane, see, I'm attracting the bees from the smell of the propane. They're high in fume. So I have a tank here that had a little bit in it. Now this was given to me by the guy from the propane place. It's just to make sure there's nothing left in it. I have the valve turned wide open, so there's nothing coming out of that anymore. So we are good to go. Propane propane places will take your tanks for free. Now, if you have a lot of propane in them, they might give you one there with their own, you know, to make up the difference. But if your tank is expired, you know, and you're buying a new one, they'll give you a little discount. They're pretty good that way. At least the one around here. But I keep the tanks myself because I want the valves. Brass is worth $3.60 a pound right now, so, and all I gotta do is make sure the handles are off. And this stuff is off. I don't have to take them apart. So that's the little relief valve I was talking about. You turn it with a screwdriver. If you ever watch when they're filling your tank, they'll play with that valve as they're filling your tank. It's just to make sure they get more propane and pressure in your tank, so that they're not ripping you off, you know. So, oh, that one was easier. I only have 4 to do. I thought I had 7, but 3 of them happen to have a lot of propane in them yet, so they went over there to the hoard that they all have a quarter to almost full with propane over there. So. Come on, let go. Yeah, it's not the best tool. There we go. Valve is off. The other tank is empty. Now if you find yourself an expired tank and you still need to get propane, go to your local swap-a-tank. Doesn't matter what your tank looks like. Even crusty, rusty like this, look at that. You couldn't even reuse this one anymore. The whole bottom leg is rotted away. But they'll still take the tank. I don't know if they'll recondition that one. I have my doubts. That wouldn't be very smart on their part, I don't think. You know? I was going to go for a bike ride, but I noticed I needed this done. Come on. Well, I have 4 of these to do, so why not, right? And I did not build this frame that the tank is sitting on. I actually got that scrap. Looks like it was intended for it. I have another frame that I kind of manufactured together, and it was just too big to deal with all the time. And this one just happened to work perfect. Yeah, it's not the best tool, but it works. A lot of people use a pipe wrench, but then that means you have to take the handle off the tank first. This way you don't have to, you know. Where do I get all my propane tanks? Well, people throw them at the curb. The city garbage will not take them. And a lot of scrappers won't touch them either because scrapyards don't want them unless you do stuff to them. And I know a lot of scrappers, they don't want to do anything to them, so they just leave them. I've gotten them full with the barbecue. There. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. Hopefully you heard me. It's not too windy out here. So 4 tanks, 4 valves, not this. We got 4 stinky valves. So I just got to take that plastic crap off and they're good to go. So yeah, that's my homemade tool. I took a little trial and error to make sure it fit. And then this pipe, I keep that in my truck. Why do you ask? Well, there's even a crowbar in there. Okay, so I want to go for a drink, you know, and go to a bar where there's crows. Why do I keep the pipe? Well, if I ever have to change a flat tire, there's my 4-way lug wrench. That pipe gives you a little extra leverage to snap the lug loose. The nut loose, not the lug itself. So, like I said, those all have propane in them. They're all either quarter, half, 3/4, or they're full. What do I got under there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Magic number. 14, 15. That little guy has nothing in him. I don't know why I'm hanging on to him. Probably because I can't lock him down properly to undo his valves, so he's just kind of sitting there. But yeah, I found that stand. That stand was, I don't know what, but it's got skis on it, as you can see. See, they're little runners. So you can drag it either direction. Somebody built that specifically for something, and then they threw it out. So what I used to use is that big white frame over there, and then I added another part to it, that green table. That's actually a little welding table. As you can see, it bent over the many times tightening the tank down. It pushed because that was a flat bar. But strapped to this white table, and see, I would have to drag it out of here all the time, but I got so much stuff in front of it, and this little item works perfect. And if I really needed to support it, you could actually attach it to a pallet, you know, bolt it to it or whatever, and then you got the whole pallet to help with you from making it flip. But you saw how easy it worked. And yeah, that just sits right here. Turn it around because it's leaning one way. There. So, then I got my door fixed. That hinge was somehow broke loose, so I managed to get a couple extra self-tapping bolts. There's a big steel bar pipe going down there, and yeah, it just keeps it closed so you don't see what's going on all the time in there. So anyways, I just have to drill the holes in the bottom, and they're good to go for shred. They're not good for heavy steel, just shred. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with this guy yet. I have to take his top off and see if there's anything in him. That's what he had in him. Air liquide. I could actually maybe just give it to him, get rid of it. I had somebody who wanted it. He was going to cut the end off of it, put a shaft through it, and put some spikes to it. He wanted to make an aerator for his yard. But I said, take it home, because he brought me, well, his scrap already is gone. I'd been dealing with this guy for a long time, but and then he changed his mind. So I thought, well, why do you say that then, you know? So yeah, but anyways, get those cleaned up. They go in the brass bucket. So there you have it. How to take valves off of barbecue tanks. If you don't know, don't do it. Have a nice day. Happy Sunday.